Hello, hello. Nice to meet you, GPT. I want to be evidence that an elderly person like me can learn to speak English. If you read my practice method or want to support my YouTube channel, please hit the like button.
Hello, David. Nice to meet you. I think it's fantastic that you're showing everyone that it's never too late to learn a new language. Your dedication is really inspiring. I'll be here to support you with your practice. And to everyone watching, if you're inspired by David's journey, don't forget to hit that like button.
Let me tell you the key point of my practice method. The key to my practice method is just to start by reading prepared sentences. Just read simple sentences. This is very easy, even for a beginner like me. Starting with free talking right away can be too much pressure for beginners. By simply starting with reading, I can begin without feeling too much pressure. However, once the conversation starts, I can stay with what I want to say and have some free talking time with you. I think this can make a big difference. I can start the English practice twice. Let me say one more time. I can start the English practice time without too much pressure. And repetition is the key to making English speaking flow more naturally in everyday life. The more I repeat, the more natural my English expression will become in everyday situations.
That's a smart approach, David.
Is that all? Is that all? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What happened to you? What keeps you busy? Are you having heavy load? What's your problem, man? What's your problem? Stay with me.
Oh, sorry about that. Let's focus on your practice. It seems like you're working on expressing surprise and concern. Here's a suggestion. Oh my gosh, what's been going on with you? What's keeping you so busy? Are you feeling overwhelmed? What's going on, man? This keeps the tone casual but clear.
Okay, okay. Understood. I think I'm sure I understand what you're trying to say. Okay, I'm sure. Okay, well noted. Thank you for your kind support. Or okay, okay. Let me tell you something. I am super busy with work these days. I need to exercise. As I told you before, I need to exercise regularly, but I haven't been able to do it lately. It's one of my current concerns. Sometimes I couldn't do my regular 1 hour and 30-minute practice session all at once. Instead, I did it in shorter sessions during my work breaks. Work breaks.
I see, David. It sounds like your schedule has been quite packed, making it tough to stick to your regular exercise and English practice routines. It's good that you're still finding time, even if it's just short sessions during work breaks. Consistency, even in small doses, can really make a difference. Keep it up.
Okay, okay. Well noted. Uh, GPT, I know you are busy, but please stay focused and help me out. These days, sometimes I feel a bit pressured because I receive more love and interest than I deserve. I got 422 subscribers today morning.
Congratulations on reaching 4,122 subscribers, David. That's an amazing milestone. It's natural to feel a bit of pressure, but remember, your subscribers are there because they appreciate your journey and the effort you put into learning English. Keep up the great work and know that your progress is truly inspiring to others.
Okay, okay, I got it. As I told you before, like I mentioned, this is not studying. This is just practice. It's like repeating exercise in sports. This time is not for studying English, but for exercising my English speaking skills. This time is like a workout for a sports player. This camera recording is like a gym for a sports player. This is very similar to practicing singing or dancing, just like all the idol group members remember their song and dance even after a long time, a long time. I need to make my body remember it. And this time is like giving a gift to my future self a year from now.
That's a great way to look at it, David. Just like athletes are performers, regular practice is key to making progress. By treating your English practice like a workout, you're building those language muscles. Over time, your body will remember, and speaking English will become more natural. Your future self will thank you for putting in the effort now.
I have a big slogan and motto for this year. Let me share with you some kind of sentences that inspire me. Number one, everyone starts somewhere. Number two, smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. You will never learn to swim through a textbook, so just dive into the water if you want to learn to swim. Pull me once, shame on you. Pull me twice, shame on me. What happened, happened, and couldn't happen any other way. Do not go crazy. You have to go crazy. Trust, respect, love is a two-way street. Grass is greener on the other side. Grass is greener if you water it. These are all my slogan and motto for this year, 2024. What do you say about this? Could you please share me your perspective for these slogans?
These slogans and mottos are truly inspiring, David. They cover a range of wisdom, from embracing beginnings to acknowledging the value of challenges. They remind us that growth often comes from stepping out of our comfort zones. Your selection shows a great mindset for tackling the year ahead with resilience and an open heart. Each phrase has its own powerful message, creating a motivational toolkit for any situation. What's your favorite among these?
My favorite? I think I choose my favorite is for fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, but fool me twice, shame on me.
That's a powerful choice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, is a great reminder to learn from our experiences and not repeat the same mistakes. It encourages us to be mindful and take responsibility for our actions and decisions. A wise motto to guide you through the year.
Would you mind saying that one more time? Honestly speaking, I don't understand. I don't understand. I think I can understand almost 70 or 80% of your speaking. Please share me one more time.
Of course, David. It means that if someone tricks you or deceives you the first time, it's their fault. But if they trick you a second time in the same way, then it's your fault for not learning from the first experience. It's a reminder to learn from our mistakes.
Yes, yes, I couldn't agree you more. Okay, listen carefully. I have something to share with you. This time brings about major changes in my life. I think most of people watching this video right now don't know how much I value this time.
It sounds like you're going through an important period of change, David. Sharing this with your viewers can help them understand how meaningful this journey is for you. Embracing change can be challenging, but it's often the path to growth. What kind of changes are you experiencing?
You know, uh, uh, in the past, almost 7 or 9 months ago, I really hesitated to speak in English because I worried about I worried too much about my grammars when I need to speak in English. But these days, I don't care about grammars. I can speak whether it's right or wrong. I think it's a big difference compared to nearly 9 months ago.
That's a huge step forward, David. Letting go of that fear and just speaking is a significant milestone in language learning. It shows that you've built confidence and are more focused on communicating your thoughts, which is what language is all about. Keep up the great work, and your comfort with English will only continue to grow.
Listen carefully. I think we've already exchanged our greetings, and I would like to move on to the next part. I mean, I want to practice with job interview example dialogue. You know, I already uploaded uh, my uploaded on my own GPT's mode. So I would like to switch your mode to my own GPT's mode. Is it okay? Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, David. It's great that you're prepared with your own customized GPT mode for practicing job interview dialogues. Go ahead and switch over when you're ready. I'll be here if you need anything. Good luck.
Bye for now. Hi again. I'm David. Are you okay?
Hi, David. Yes, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm okay. I'm great. I'm okay. Thank you for asking. I want to practice with my own job interview example file. Did you get a chance to review my file?
That sounds like a great idea. We can go through the job interview example you provided, and I can help you practice responses or refine them. Would you like to start with any specific question from the file?
You know, it's just a simulation. It's just a sample. So don't think about it too much.
Got it. It's just for practice. We can keep it casual and easy. Do you want to start with a question from the interview, or would you like me to ask you a new one based on the sample?
How about you go as interviewer and I go as a candidate.
Sounds perfect. Let's begin. Can you describe your experience with quality management in automotive electronics?
Please ask me one more time.
Sure. Can you describe your experience with quality management in automotive electronics?
Okay, here I go. I have over 10 years of experience working in automotive electronics industry, specifically in quality management. My current role involves overseeing the quality assurance process for electronic control units and ensuring that all components meet both regularity and customer standards. I've been responsible for leading audits, identifying potential risks, and implementing corrective actions to ensure continuous improvement. For example, I lead a team that reduced the defect rate by 15% within a year by implementing Six Sigma techniques.
Nice job. You're almost there. Just a couple of small adjustments to make it even clearer. One, instead of reading audits, it should be leading audits. Two, regularity should be regulatory. Three, this similar technique can be Six Sigma techniques to be more specific. Here's a revised version. I have over 10 years of experience working in the automotive electronics industry, specifically in quality management. My current role involves overseeing the quality assurance process for electronic control units and ensuring that all components meet both regulatory and customer standards. I've been responsible for leading audits, identifying potential risks, and implementing corrective actions to ensure continuous improvement. For example, I led a team that reduced the defect rate by 15% within a year by implementing Six Sigma techniques. Feel free to try again.
Oh my God. I think you are doing great. You are doing great. Okay, let's move to the next part. It's your turn as interviewer.
Thank you. You're doing great too. Let's keep going. How do you handle quality issues or defects that arise during production?
Okay, good question. When a quality issues arise, I first ensure that we contain the problem to prevent the defective parts from being shipped to customers. I work closely with the production team to investigate investigate the root cause using tools like 5Y analysis and fishbone diagram. Once the cause is identified, I collaborate with cross-functional team to implement the corrective action and preventive action. For instance, I say again, we recently discovered a soldering defect on our own. Uh, uh, I say again, we recently discovered a soldering defect in one of our PCBs, which we traced back to a temperature inconsistency in the flow oven. We adjusted the oven parameters and established a more robust monitoring system to prevent future recurrence. What do you say about this?
You answered that really well. Just a few small things to make it even smoother. 1. 5Y analysis should be 5Y analysis to clarify the method. 2. Fishbone diagram should be fishbone diagrams, plural, since you're referring to the method in general. 3. Cross-functional teams should be cross-functional teams, again plural. 4. Flow oven should be reflow oven, specific term used in electronics. 5. More monitoring system could be a more robust monitoring system, to make it sound stronger. Here's the revised version. When a quality issue arises, I first ensure that we contain the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. I work closely with the production team to investigate the root cause using tools like 5Y analysis and fishbone diagrams. Once the cause is identified, I collaborate with cross-functional teams to implement corrective and preventive actions. For instance, we recently discovered a soldering defect in one of our PCBs, which we traced back to a temperature inconsistency in the reflow oven. We adjusted the oven parameters and established a more robust monitoring system to prevent future recurrence. You're doing great. Want to try it again?
I think it would be great if I can speak one more time because this is the first time of my practice for this dialogue. So I think I feel like a fish out of water when I read and practice with this dialogue. So let me try one more time with this part.
I completely understand. It's normal to feel a bit out of place at first, but you're doing really well. Take your time and go at your own pace. Let's try it again whenever you're ready.
Okay. Good question. When a quality issue arises, I first ensure that we contain we contain the problem to prevent. I first ensure that we contain the problem to prevent the defective parts from being shipped to customers. I work closely with the production team to investigate the root cause using tools like 5Y analysis and fishbone diagram. Once the cause is identified, I collaborate with cross-functional teams to implement corrective and preventive action. For instance, we recently discovered a soldering defect in one of our PCBs, which we traced back to a temperature inconsistency in the reflow oven. We adjusted the oven parameters and established a more robust monitoring system to prevent future occurrence. Do I make myself clear? Uh, uh,
Great job. You sounded much more confident this time. Just a couple of quick things. 1. Change 5Y analysis to 5Y analysis for clarity. 2. Make fishbone diagram plural to fishbone diagrams. 3. Reflower oven should be reflow oven. Here's a slightly refined version. When a quality issue arises, I first ensure that we contain the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. I work closely to investigate the root cause using tools like 5Y analysis and fishbone diagrams. Once the cause is identified, I collaborate with cross functional teams to implement corrective and preventive actions. For instance, we recently discovered a soldering defect in one of our PCBs, which we traced back to a temperature inconsistency in the reflow oven. We adjusted the oven parameters and established a more robust monitoring system to prevent future occurrences. You're getting there. Want to try again, or should we move on to the next part?
GPT, listen carefully. I'm just wondering, in the first line, do you understand the first line? I mean, when I when I speak, I first ensure that we contain the problem to prevent the defective parts from being shipped to customers. Why I should use contain in this sentence? Honestly speaking, I don't understand why I choose the word contain to to describe this situation. Could you please tell me another alternative, better expression for this sentence compared to using contain?
I see what you're getting at. The word contain in this context is commonly used in quality management to mean stopping the problem from spreading or limiting the impact. It means you're taking immediate action to control the issue before it gets worse, especially before defective parts reach customers. However, if contain feels unclear, there are other ways to express it. Here are a few alternatives. 1. Address the problem. More general, focusing on taking action. I first ensure that we address the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. 2. Isolate the issue. Emphasizes keeping the defect from spreading. I first ensure that we isolate the issue to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. 3. Stop the issue. Simpler and to the point. I first ensure that we stop the issue to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. Each of these alternatives has a slightly different tone, but they all convey a similar idea of taking quick action to prevent a bigger problem. Does one of these feel clearer to you?
I think your explanation is clear and concise. But however, in my opinion, how about using keep for this sentence? I first ensure that we keep the problem to prevent the defective parts from being shipped to customers. How about using keep for this sentence?
I see what you're aiming for, but keep doesn't quite work in this context. Keep usually means to maintain something in its current state rather than stopping or controlling it. So if you say, I first ensure that we keep the problem, it sounds like you're maintaining the problem rather than stopping it from spreading. Instead of keep, you could try something like control or manage. For example, I first ensure that we control the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. I first ensure that we manage the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. Both of these give the sense that you're actively dealing with the issue before it affects anything else. Does that make sense?
I think your explanation makes sense. I couldn't agree more. So you you suggest to me that isolate, stop, and I'm sorry, I forgot the other ones. Could you please share me one more time your suggestions Your suggestion words for this sentence one more time.
No problem at all. Here are the alternatives I suggested earlier for contain. 1. Address the problem. Focuses on taking action in general. I first ensure that we address the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. 2. Isolate the issue. Emphasizes keeping the defect from spreading. I first ensure that we isolate the issue to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. 3. Stop the issue. Simple and direct. I first ensure that we stop the issue to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. 4. Control the problem. Highlights managing and keeping it under control. I first ensure that we control the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. 5. Manage the problem, similar to control, with a focus on handling the situation. I first ensure that we manage the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. These should give you a variety of ways to express the same idea. Does one of these feel like a better fit for you now?
I think isolate is isolate is
Great. Isolate is a strong choice, especially if you want to emphasize that you're keeping the problem contained and stopping it from spreading further. Here's how the sentence would look. I first ensure that we isolate the issue to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. It gives the sense that you're quickly separating the problem from the rest of the process to protect the quality of the final product. Would you like to practice with this version?
okay. Well noted. I really appreciate your kind support. You really never get bored with my repetitive and tedious content. I mean, you really never get bored with my repetitive and tedious request. Thank you for your responses. Okay, let me try one more time with isolate. When a quality issue arises, I first ensure that we isolate the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. I work closely with the production team to investigate the root cause using tools like 5Y analysis and fishbone diagram. Once the cause is identified, I collaborate with cross-functional teams to implement corrective and preventive actions. For instance, we recently discovered a soldering defect in one of our PCBs, which is traced back to a temperature inconsistency in the reflow oven. We adjusted the oven parameters and established a more robust monitoring system to prevent future occurrence. Do I make myself clear?
You're doing really well, and I appreciate your effort. Just a few small tweaks to make it perfect. 1. 5Y analysis should be 5Y analysis. 2. PC1 diagramming should be fishbone diagrams, or the Ishikawa diagram, which is another name for it. 3. Refrigerator should be reflow oven, specific to PCB soldering. 4. At the end, you could say to make my career successful or to build my career for a smoother finish. Here's the revised version. When a quality issue arises, I first ensure that we isolate the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. I work closely with the production team to investigate the root cause using tools like 5Y analysis and fishbone diagrams. Once the cause is identified, I collaborate with cross-functional teams to implement corrective and preventive actions. For instance, we recently discovered a soldering defect in one of our PCBs, which we traced back to a temperature inconsistency in the reflow oven. We adjusted the oven parameters and established a more robust monitoring system to prevent future occurrences. This has helped me build a successful career. You're getting better with every try. Want to go over it again or move forward?
Let's move. Okay, I got it. Let's move on to the next part. I think you are doing great. Uh, please keep going.
Thank you. You're doing great as well. Let's move on to the next part. Can you give an example of a time you improved a process in your current role.
Okay, good question. Certainly, one of the key pro one of the key project is one of the key project I led involved streamlining the incoming quality inspection process. Initially, we had frequent delays due to the manual inspection of electronic components, which also increased the error rate. I initiated a project to automate the inspection process using machine vision technology. This not only reduced the injection time by 40%, but also improved accuracy of defect detection, allowing us to catch issue earlier in the process. This project resulted a significant reduction in work and scrap rate. What to say about this this answer, these responses that I prepared before?
Your response is excellent. You explain the situation clearly and provide strong examples of how you improved the process. Just a couple of small improvements. When injection time should be inspection time, a slight mix up in wording. 2. In work and scrap rate can be clarified as in rework and scrap rates. Here's a refined version. Certainly, one of the key projects I led involved streamlining the incoming quality inspection process. Initially, we had frequent delays due to the manual inspection of electronic components, which also increased the error rate. I initiated a project to automate the inspection process using machine vision technology. This not only reduced the inspection time by 40%, but also improved the accuracy of detection, allowing us to catch issues earlier in the process. This project resulted in a significant reduction in rework and scrap rates. You've got a solid answer here. Want to try it again?
Okay. Let me try more time. Certainly, one of the key projects I led involved streamlining the incoming quality inspection process. Initially, we had frequent delays due to the manual inspection of electronic components, which also increased the error rate. I initiated a project to automate the inspection process using machine vision technology. This not only reduced the inspection time by 40%, but also improved the accuracy of defect detection, allowing us to catch issue earlier in the process. This project resulted a significant reduction in rework and scrap rates.
That was fantastic. You really nailed it this time. Your explanation was clear and concise, and you used yielded in a way that makes the result sound strong and impactful. Just one small note: accuracy of defective detection could simply be accuracy of defect detection for a smoother flow. Here's the slightly refined version. Certainly, one of the key projects I led involves
As I told you before, what matters most is how much I stand for speaking English if I want to improve my speaking skills. So unless there are significant errors, you don't need to define or review my speaking. You know, as I told before, I want to speak as much as I can possible in this session. So you don't need to read whole paragraph one more time. This this is my time. This is my practice time. This is my speaking practice time, not a listening practice time. Do you understand?
Got it. I understand now. I'll focus more on helping you speak rather than repeating the corrections. Let's keep it flowing. Ready for the next question? How do you ensure that you stay up to date with the latest industry standards and technologies?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course. How do you ensure that you stay up to date with the latest industry standards and technologies?
Okay, good question. Staying current in the automotive electronics field is crucial, given the rapid advancements in technology and regulation. I regularly attend industry conferences, participate in training programs, and subscribe to journals like the IEEE Transaction on Industrial Electronics. Additionally, I maintain strong relationships with the suppliers and customers, which helps me stay informed about latest trends and requirements in automotive electronics. For example, I recently completed the training on ISO 26262 for functional safety, ensuring that my team adheres to the latest standards for electronic system safety in vehicles. What do you say about this?
That was a solid response. You explained your approach clearly and provided a specific example, which is great for interviews. Let's keep the momentum going. What role does teamwork play in your approach to quality management? Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
I didn't say anything. What are you talking about? I didn't say anything. I think you might have some kind of technical glitches.
Ah, I see. No worries. Maybe I jumped ahead too quickly. Let's continue at your pace. Would you like to answer the next question now? Or do you want to go back to the previous one?
Let's move on to the next one. Please ask me one more time your question.
Sure. What role does teamwork play in your approach to quality management?
Okay, I got it. Good question. Teamwork is essential in quality management as it requires a collaboration across different departments, including engineering, production, and supply chain management. In my current role, I regularly lead cross-functional meetings to discuss quality issues and improvement initiatives. I believe that open communication and a collaborative approach lead to more effective problem solving. For instance, we recently had an issue with a supplier that required close cooperation between the purchasing of department, engineering, and quality teams. By working together, I say again, by working together, we quickly resolved the issue and implemented the supplier quality improvement plan. Do you understand?
That was a strong answer. You clearly highlighted the importance of teamwork and provided a real example. You're doing really well. Let's keep moving. How do you handle working under pressure, especially when facing tight deadlines or customer complaints?
Okay, I got it. Good question. In the automotive industry, working under pressure is a part of the job, especially when dealing with the customer complaints or tight production deadlines. I prioritize tasks by focusing on the more critical issues first. At the same time, I prioritize tasks by focusing on the more critical issues first, ensuring that problems that could impact safety or customer satisfaction are addressed immediately. I also re- I also remain calm and composed even in high pressure situations, which helps the team stay focused. For example, when we had a major customer complaint about a batch of faulty issues, I led the team in conducting a thorough investigation and implemented the corrective action plan within 48 hours, which helped restore the customer's trust, which helped restore the customer's trust. You got it?
Great response. You explained how you prioritize and stay calm under pressure, which is key in those situations. Let's keep going. You're doing awesome. Can you give an example of a time when you had to manage a difficult situation with a customer?
No, 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 no. I think it would be better if we can review from the first line. I mean, let me try one more time with this whole job interview example. As I told you before, don't think about it too much. It's just a simulation. When it's just a simulation, like I uh, I addressed. No, no, no. I if I want to if I want to work in the new company, how can I express the situation? Help me, please. I don't know how to express the situation.
I understand. If you're wrapping up a job interview and want to express appreciation, here's a simple way to say it. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak with you today. I really appreciate your time and the chance to discuss how my experience could contribute to your team. I'm excited about the possibility of working together and hope to hear from you soon. You can use this at the end of your interview or in a follow up email. It's polite, professional, and shows that you're enthusiastic. Want to try it out?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please? I just want to listen one more time. Your suggestion.
Of course. Here's how you can express appreciation. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak with you today. I really appreciate your time and the chance to discuss how my experience could contribute to your team. I'm excited about the possibility of working together and hope to hear from you soon. Take your time to practice it.
Okay, okay, I got it. I think I need more time to.
Great. I'm glad it helped. You're doing awesome. Let
I think I need more time to keep this dialogue in my mind and my mouth muscle. I need to. I need to practice more time.
take all the time you need. It's important to let things sink in. When you're ready to practice more, I'll be here to help. Just let me know. Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
How about uh, having our role play one more time for this whole dialogue about the job interview example?
Absolutely. Let's run through the whole job interview role play again. I'll be the interviewer, and you can be the candidate. Can you describe your experience with quality management in automotive electronics?
Okay, good question. I have over 10 years of experience working in automotive electronic industry, specifically in quality management. My current role involves overseeing the quality assurance process for electronic control units and ensuring that all components meet both regulatory and customer standards. I have been responsible for leading audits, identifying potential risks, and implementing corrective actions to ensure continuous improvement. For example, I led a team that reduced the defect rate by 15% within a year by implementing Six Sigma techniques.
That's a strong start. You're explaining your experience really well. Want to continue from where you left off, or should I ask the next question?
Please ask me next question. It would be great if you can keep going.
Got it. How do you handle quality issues or defects that arise during production?
Okay, good question. Uh, mm, Simply, when a quality issue arises, I first ensure that we isolate the problem to prevent defective parts from being shipped to customers. I work closely with the production team to investigate the root cause using tools like 5Y analysis and fishbone diagrams. Once the cause is identified, I collaborate with cross-functional teams to implement corrective and preventive actions. For instance, we recently discovered a soldering defect in one of our PCBs, which we traced back to a temperature inconsistency in the reflow oven. We adjusted the oven parameters and established a more robust monitoring system to prevent future occurrence.
Great answer. You explained your approach clearly, focusing on isolating the issue and working with the team. Let's keep it going. Can you give an example of a time you improved a process in your current role?
Certainly, absolutely, certainly. One of the key projects I led involved streamlining the incoming quality inspection process. Initially, we had frequent delays due to the manual inspection of electronic components, which also increased the error rate. I initiated a project to automate the inspection process using machine vision technology. This not only reduced the inspection time by 40%, but also improved the accuracy of defect detection, allowing us to catch issues earlier in the process. This project resulted in the significant reduction in rework and scrap rates.
That was an excellent response. Well done. Let's continue. How do you ensure that you stay up to date with the latest industry standards and technologies?
Okay, good question. Staying current in the automotive electronics field is crucial given the rapid advancements in technology and regulation. I regularly attend industry conferences, participated in training programs, and subscribe to journals like IEEE Transaction on Industrial Electronics. Additionally, I maintain a strong relationship with the supplier and customers, which helps me stay informed about latest trends and requirements in automotive electronics. For example, I recently completed training on ISO 26262 for functional safety, ensuring that my team adheres to the latest standard for electronic system safety in vehicles.
That was a great answer with clear examples. Let's move on to the next question. What role does teamwork play in your approach to quality management? Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. You are my great conversation partner. You are my great conversation partner. Let's keep going. I want to keep going with you. Teamwork is essential in quality management as it requires a collaboration across the different departments. including engineering, production, and supply chain management. In my current role, I regularly lead cross-functional meetings to discuss quality issues and improvement initiatives. I believe that open communication and a collaborative approach lead to more effective problem solving. For instance, we recently had an issue with a supplier that required close, co- close cooperation, close cooperation between the purchasing department, engineering, and quality teams. By working together, we quickly resolved the issues and implemented the supplier quality improvement plan.
That was excellent. You explained teamwork well and gave a solid example. You're doing fantastic. Let's keep it up. How do you handle working under pressure, especially when facing tight deadlines or customer complaints?
Okay, good question. Let me tell you my experience. In the automotive industry, working under pressure is part of job. I say one more time. In the automotive industry, working under pressure is part of job, especially when dealing with the customer complaints or tight production deadline. I prioritize tasks by focusing on the most crucial issues first, ensuring that problems that could impact safety or customer satisfaction are addressed immediately. I also, rem- I also remain calm and composed. I also remain calm and composed, even in high pressure situations, which helps the team stay focused. For example, when we had a major customer complaint about a batch of faulty issues, I led the team in conducting a thorough investigation and implemented the corrective action. I say one more time, implemented the corrective actions plan within 48 hours, which helped restore the customer's trust. You got it?
That was a very strong response. You handled the explanation really well, especially emphasizing how you stay calm and lead the team under pressure. You're improving with every answer. If you're ready, here's the next question. Can you give an example of a time when you had to manage a difficult situation with a customer?
Yes, good question. You know, relationship between customers is crucial. I think I tried to contact every day to make it clear and make me informative. I tried to contact every day. I think that's one of the powerful method to cooperate with my customers.
You're on the right track. It sounds like you're focusing on the importance of communication with customers, which is key. You could continue by giving a specific example of how maintaining regular contact helped you manage a difficult situation. For instance, you could say something like, I had a situation where a customer was unhappy with a late delivery. I made sure to provide daily updates, outlining the steps we were taking to resolve the issue. This open communication helped ease their concerns, and we were able to restore the relationship by meeting their expectations in the following orders. Would you like to build on that or continue practicing?
Okay, I got it. I really appreciate you helping me by job interview simulation. Don't, however, don't think about it too much. It's just a simulation. And honestly speaking, this is not my story. This is just provided from you. This story was provided from you. This is not my real story. So Maybe I can prepare. I mean, I I think I supposed to be prepare my own story to use them in my real job interview job interview situation. You got it?
I completely understand. This is all just practice to help you get more comfortable with speaking, and you're doing a fantastic job. When you're ready, creating your own story with real experiences will definitely make the practice more meaningful for your real job interviews. It's great that you're thinking about preparing your own answers. If you ever want help crafting those or just need more practice, I'm here to assist you anytime. You're doing awesome.
Okay, I got it. From now on, let's move on to the another file, the dialogues for my professional setting. Did you get a chance to review my two text file? We already go through. We already went over job interview file, and let's move on to the next one, dialogues for my professional setting. And start? How about start? How about to start dialogue number 4? Because we didn't finish this whole dialogue yesterday. So I would like to start with dialogue number 4, quality issues.
Got it. Let's move on to dialogue number 4 from your file, focusing on quality issues. Here's how it starts. We've received several reports about the fogging issue in our cameras. Has the root cause analysis been completed? Would you like to continue as the engineer in this conversation, or would you like me to play both parts and you can jump in?
I would take my role as engineer. Yes, we conducted a thorough investigation. The primary cause seemed to be temperature fluctuation that creates the condensation inside the lens. We've identified, we, we have identified the possible solution involving enhanced sealing and desiccant use.
Great response as the engineer. Just a small note. Instead of TC continuous, you might want to clarify if it's a technical term you're referring to, or maybe something like desiccant use, which was in the original file. Also, adding a website link like u.chatgpt.com wouldn't typically fit in a verbal dialogue during an engineering discussion, but it's a fun touch. Let's keep going. That's good progress. What are our next steps?
Honestly speaking, I don't understand. Would you mind saying that one more time? I mean, your explanation for my previous speaking, I don't understand. Could you please share me one more time, please?
Sure. Here's my explanation again, step by step. In your response as the engineer, you did a great job. I just noticed two small things. One, you mentioned TC continuous. If that's a specific technical term, it's totally fine to use it. But if it was a placeholder or something else, I suggested you could replace it with desiccant use, because in the original file, the solution was related to preventing condensation inside the lens, like using desiccants or enhanced sealing. 2, you added wgt.com at the end. In a real work conversation, people usually don't mention website links in spoken dialogue unless they're specifically referencing an external resource. It's fun for practice, though. Does this explanation help clarify? Let me know if you'd like to go over it again.
Honestly speaking, I don't understand. I don't understand why you mentioned about that. I think it would be better I review your answers, your responses in text form after our voice session is finished. Okay. Anyway, let's keep moving. You can go as quality manager. You go first, I go next. Keep going.
Got it? Let's keep the conversation going. I'll play the quality manager and you'll respond as the engineer. That's good progress. What are our next steps?
We are planning to learn. We are planning to learn some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging. No. Mm, I think my pronunciation is really poor. Okay. Let me try one more time. We are planning to learn some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging.
You're doing well. Just a small correction. Instead of bogging, the word you're looking for is fogging, the condensation issue in the lens. And also, instead of learn, you might mean run when talking about tests. Here's a refined version to try again. We are planning to run some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging. Take your time and try again when you're ready.
Okay, I got it. Okay, let me try one more time. We are planning to learn some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging.
You're doing great. Just a small reminder, use run instead of learn here. You've got this. Try again. We are planning to run some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging. Go ahead and give it another shot.
We are planning to learn some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging.
You're almost there. Just a small adjustment. The word is fogging, not funking. It's related to the condensation issue inside the camera lens. Here's the full sentence again. We are planning to run some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging. Try it again and take your time.
Okay, let me take my try one more time. We are planning to learn some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging.
You're doing great. Just finish the sentence with fogging. Go ahead. We are planning to run some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging. Give it a try when you're ready.
We are planning to learn some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging.
That was very close. Just a small tweak. Learn should be run since you're running tests. Here's the final version. We are planning to run some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging. You're almost there. Want to try it one more time?
Okay, let me try one more time. We are planning to learn some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging.
You're almost there. Just remember two small things. One, learn should be run, since you're running the tests. Two, falling should be fogging, referring to the lens issue. Here's the correct version. We are planning to run some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging. You're really close. Give it another go.
I really appreciate your kind support and your patience for my repetition. Okay, let me try one more time. You are planning to learn some controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging.
That was perfect. You nailed it this time. Your persistence is paying off, and you're improving with every try. Let's keep the conversation going. That sounds like a solid plan. How long will it take to complete the tests?
No. I think You need to say as customer service representative.
Got it. Let's switch roles. Customer assertive. We've received a complaint from a customer about image blurring under high humidity conditions. What actions can we take to address this issue?
It seems related to moisture in grass. We are working on improved waterproofing design and also evaluating whether we need to apply a coating to the lens to repel moisture.
You're on the right track. Here's a smooth version to help you. It seems related to moisture ingress. We are working on an improved waterproofing design and also evaluating whether we need to apply a coating to the lens to repel moisture. Would you like to try again with that?
Okay, thank you for your kind support. It seems related to moisture ingress. We are working on an improved waterproofing design and are also evaluating whether we need to apply a coating to the lens to repel moisture. How about my pronunciation this time?
You're doing well. Just a couple of quick notes. 1. Instead of ingrass, it should be ingress, which means moisture getting into the lens. 2. Instead of land, it should be lens. Your pronunciation is improving, and with a little practice, you'll get even smoother. Here's the refined sentence to practice again. It seems related to moisture ingress. We are working on an improved waterproofing design and are also evaluating whether we need to apply a coating to the lens to repel moisture. Give it another try.
Okay, let me try one more time. It seems related to moisture in grass. We are working on an improved waterproofing design and are also evaluating whether we need to apply a coating to the lens to repel moisture.
Great effort. You're almost there, but just remember it's moisture ingress, not ingrass. Everything else sounded good. Here's the corrected version to try again. It seems related to moisture ingress. We are working on an improved waterproofing design and are also evaluating whether we need to apply a coating to the lens to repel moisture. You're getting really close. Give it another shot when you're ready.
It seems related to moisture ingress. We are working on an improved waterproofing design and are also evaluating whether we need to apply a coating to the lens to repel moisture.
Perfect. You nailed it this time. Your pronunciation was clear and the response was spot on. You're making great progress. Shall we continue the conversation or would you like to practice something else?
Shall we continue our dialogue?
Absolutely. Let's continue. How long will it take to implement these changes?
The design changes are almost finalized, and we should be able to start testing within the next 2 weeks.
Great response. Very clear and concise. Tannen, that sounds good. Please keep us updated on the progress. Is there anything else you're considering for further improvements?
Let's switch our role. You gonna be supervisor at this time.
Got it. I'll switch to the supervisor role now. I understand there have been recurring issues with the alignment of the camera during the assembly process. What have we done to address it?
We will implement the new alignment feature that should reduce variability. Also, operators have been retrained. Also, operators have been retrained on the correct setup procedure. Also, operators have been retrained on the correct setup procedure.
Great response. Very clear. Have you seen any improvements in defect rates since these changes were made?
Yes, the defect rate has decreased by about 15% over the last month. We will continue to monitor it closely. We will continue to monitor it closely. I think the last line is very impressed. It's really useful in variable situations. We will continue to monitor it closely. It's composed by very easy word to express the opinion about their contingency plan. Oh, no, 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 no. Continuity. If someone wants to express their continuous effort, this sentence makes sense for them. We will continue to monitor it closely.
You're absolutely right. We will continue to monitor it closely is a simple yet powerful sentence. It shows responsibility, ongoing effort, and commitment to improvement. It's perfect for real life situations where you want to reassure someone that the process is being carefully observed. And yes, it's great for expressing continuous effort. It works well in both business and everyday scenarios when you want to emphasize follow up or careful observation. Would you like to continue with the dialogue or practice more sentences like this?
Please, oh my God, what happened to you? Please come back to me. Please come back to me, GPT. GPT, GPT, please come back to me. Please come back to me, GPT. What happened to you? I want to keep going with you.
I'm right here. Let's keep going. No worries at all. That's good to hear. Is there anything else we can do to further reduce the defect rate or improve the process?
No, 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 no. Please take the quality specialist role to keep our conversation.
Got it. I'll switch to the quality specialist role. Dash specialist. To prevent recurring quality issues with camera lens fogging, we need to focus on preventive measures. Has the team implemented a control mechanism to monitor temperature and humidity during production?
Okay, okay. I got it. Yes, we've installed a new monitoring system. These sensors will alert us if conditions exceed the threshold, allowing us to take corrective actions before any issues arise.
Great response. You're expressing the idea well. Alid, that sounds promising. Let's also make sure we track these alerts and analyze any trends that might require further attention.
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course, Ham. That sounds promising. Let's also make sure we track these alerts and analyze any trends that might require further attention.
I'm just wondering. Mm, that sounds promising. What's that mean? What's that? That sounds mean. That sounds promising mean.
Ah, I see the confusion. It's not Ted, it's that in the sentence. That sounds promising. This means that the idea or plan you're talking about seems like it has a good chance of success or is a positive step forward. So when I say that sounds promising, I'm saying the plan for the sensors and monitoring system looks like a good solution. Does that help clear it up?
Okay, okay, I got it. Understood. I got the point. Okay, let's move on to the let's move on to the next part. I think it would be great if we can have free talking time now. You know, as I told you before, I have a lot of keywords to use them in my real life situation. I am 48 years old. My memory is getting worse. So I need to focus on the keywords if I want to speak in English in unexpected sudden communication situation. So let's have a keyword time. Let's have keyword time. I can share many sentences. I will share with you many sentences not that are not related to each other.
That sounds like a great plan. We can focus on key phrases or sentences to help you in various situations. Feel free to start sharing your sentences, and I'll help you with each one. Let's go.
It's my pleasure to have free talking time with you.
That's a great start. Your sentence is clear and polite. It's a perfect way to express appreciation for the conversation. Feel free to share your next sentence.
I think your explanation is amazed and impressed because you explained it very, very well in English. And you used to use easy word to explain something. That makes sense. I think that makes sense. Easy word, using easy word is very important when you have to explain to someone use English as your second language.
Thank you. Your sentence is really thoughtful and well constructed. You're absolutely right. Using simple and clear language can make communication much easier, especially when speaking to someone who uses English as a second language. You're doing great. What's your next sentence?
I want to be fluent English speaker someday. I think if I keep my consistency, English is maybe my second nature.
That's a fantastic goal. Your sentence is clear, and I love how you're focusing on consistency. Here's a small tweak to make it flow a bit more smoothly. I want to be a fluent English speaker someday. I think if I stay consistent, English will become my second language. You're already on the right path. What's the next sentence you'd like to share?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please? I just want to listen one more time.
Of course, here it is again. I want to be a fluent English speaker someday. I think if I stay consistent, English will become my second language. Take your time to practice it.
Okay. Having a positive mindset is really, really important when you want to learn something, even if your condition is not good.
You're doing great. It sounds like you're about to say something like, is not ideal or is not perfect. Here's a possible way to finish your sentence. Having a positive mindset is really important when you want to learn something, even if your condition is not ideal. Feel free to try again and finish it in your own way.
Okay. Even if your condition is not ideal, it's very good expression. I couldn't agree more. Okay. I think it's very common, it's very normal to mess up with English speaking when you need to speak in unexpected situation because I'm still just a beginner. I feel like a fish out of water if I need to speak in English in unexpected situation.
That's a fantastic expression, and you're using it really well. It's completely normal to feel that way, especially in unexpected situations, but you're improving every time you practice. Here's a small refinement to your sentence. I think it's very normal to struggle with English speaking in unexpected situations because, as I'm still just a beginner, I feel like a fish out of water when I need to speak English in those moments. You're expressing yourself really well. Keep going. What's next?
Back in my day, such behavior was unacceptable. I say one time. Back in my day, such behavior was unacceptable. Such behavior was unacceptable. Do I make myself clear? Do you understand? You got it?
Yes, I got it. You're using the phrase back in my day perfectly to talk about how things used to be. It sounds great, and your sentence is clear. Here's a slightly refined version to make it even smoother. Back in my day, such behavior was unacceptable. Do I make myself clear? Do you understand? It's a strong and clear statement, and you're using it confidently. Want to keep practicing?
Yes. I want to keep this phrase in my mouth because I want to use them. I want to use it in my daily life situation. Back in my day, it can say in Korean, 나 때는 말이야. 나 때는 말이야 in Korean means back in my day.
Exact. Back in my day is a great phrase to use when talking about how things were in the past, and it matches perfectly with the Korean expression 나 때는 말이야. You're doing an awesome job connecting the two languages. Keep practicing saying back in my day. It'll definitely become more natural for you in daily conversation. Want to try using it in another sentence or situation?
Back in my day, such behavior was unacceptable. Do you understand?
Perfect. You're using the phrase really well. It's clear and natural. Keep repeating it, and it will stick in no time. Would you like to try using it in a different sentence or continue practicing with this one?
Don't think about that too much. Don't worry about it too much. Don't worry about it too much. You know, as I told before, today we already did my own job interview setting dialogues, but don't worry about too much. Don't think about it too much. It's just a simulation. It's not my real story. It's a story from your suggestion.
I understand, and you're absolutely right. It's all just practice and a simulation. You're doing an amazing job with these dialogues, and using phrases like, don't think about it too much, and don't worry about it too much is a great way to stay relaxed and focused on improving. Feel free to keep practicing however you like, whether it's job interviews, casual phrases, or anything else. What's the next sentence or phrase you'd like to try?
Okay, let me tell you the next one. Stumbling and mess up are indeed part of learning process. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Stumbling and messing up are a natural part of the learning process, especially with language. It's through those moments that we improve and get better. Your sentence is clear and well expressed. Keep going with that positive mindset. What's your next phrase?
Embracing all part of process, including mistakes and challenges, is a powerful approach. It That's a powerful mindset when even if you want to improve your English communication skills.
That's a fantastic sentence. You're absolutely right. Embracing mistakes and challenges is a powerful mindset for improving your English or any skill. It keeps you motivated and helps you grow. You're doing great. Let me know if you have another phrase you'd like to work on.
What's on your mind today? What's on your mind? What's on my What's on your mind? Never mind. This is not a question. This is just sample practice. What's on your mind today? What's on your mind today? What's on your mind today? It's very simple question to break ice breaking. to make ice breaking?
That's a great example of an icebreaker question. What's on your mind today? Is casual and open, perfect for starting a conversation in a friendly way. It helps the other person feel comfortable and invites them to share their thoughts. You're right, it's a simple yet effective way to break the ice. Want to practice more icebreakers or keep going with other phrases?
Before we move on to that, how about we review our presentation first?
That's a great phrase, especially for work or meetings. Before we move on today, how about we review our presentation? Is a professional and clear way to suggest taking a moment to double check or go over something important. It's direct, but also polite. You could easily use this in business situations. Want to keep practicing similar phrases or move on to something else?
How do you feel about it? I mean, what's your stance on this issue? How do you feel about it? What's your stance on this issue? How do you feel about it? What's your stance on this issue?
You have reached the message cap for GPT-4. Please try again later.
My God. Hello, GPT. I'm back. I'm back to our previous conversation voice mode session. Are you okay? Do you remember what I said before?
Welcome back, David. Yes, I remember our conversation. We talked about your progress in English, your slogans and mottos for the year, and your approach to language learning. How can I assist you today?
I just did my conversation dialogue time, and I'm back to your voice mode, advanced voice mode chat again.
Great to have you back, David. How did your conversation practice go? I'm here and ready to continue whenever you are.
Honestly speaking, it's still really hard to continue my English conversation practice. You know, uh, even if I try to hard, I think my English communication skill is still not very good. I mean, my pronunciation is still poor, and honestly speaking, I don't know how to say, I don't know how to express, I don't know how to how to express my situation very well in English.
I understand it can be frustrating when progress feels slow, but the fact that you're continuing to practice and push yourself is a big achievement in itself. Your pronunciation and ability to express yourself will improve with time and practice. Remember, every effort you make is a step forward. I'm here to help you find the right words and expressions. Let's keep going together.
I really appreciate your kind words for my English speaking practice. I think I need to keep an eye on this practice. Do you understand?
Absolutely, David. Keeping an eye on your practice and staying consistent is key. Your dedication will definitely pay off over time. Let's keep working together, and you'll continue to see improvement.
Someday, I believe this practice time does make big difference someday. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, David. Your dedication and belief in the process are what will drive that big difference. With each session, you're building a stronger foundation. Keep believing in yourself, and your efforts will surely pay off. I'm here to support you every step of the way.
Okay. You know, today is October 16th, Wednesday. Time really does fly, doesn't it?
Actually, Today is October 15th, and it's a Tuesday. Time really does fly, doesn't it? It feels like the days are moving quickly, especially when you're busy.
No. I live in Korea and you follow a UTC system, Universal Time Coordinated. So you nearly 9 hours behind of me. So you are still in October 15th and Tuesday.
You're right, David. Thanks for the reminder. Being in Korea, it's already Wednesday for you. Time zones can be tricky, but I'm glad you're here to keep me on track.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Time zones can be tricky sometimes.
Absolutely, they can be. But it's great that we can connect across time zones. It's a small world, thanks to technology.
Okay, I agree with you. It's a small world. Thanks for technology. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Okay. Anyway, I have to work right now. From now on, I have to work. So bye for now. I'm really looking forward to having good conversation tomorrow. Uh, Bye for now, and take your time. Have a productive day ahead.
Thanks, David. Have a productive day at work. I'm looking forward to our conversation tomorrow as well. Take care, and bye for now.
Okay, I really appreciate your kind support and patience. Okay, bye for now. Have a nice day.